Erica, incredible. Welcome.
Right. So we are here today to present increasing leads by 221% in 3 months. Quite the presentation title. I think it drew quite a few people in to hear just how we're going to do that. My name is Angelique, and I am the Lansing, Michigan HubSpot User Group leader. I am so happy to be hosting this presentation today with my fellow employees from Inverve Marketing. Our agenda today, we're going to be doing the presentation. So we've got some stats on using the HubSpot marketing and CMS software. Why should we be using HubSpot CMS? And then we're going to go into actual HubSpot tools and do some demonstrations. We do have questions and answers at the end of the presentation. If you have them throughout, you feel free to pop it in chat and we will answer them as we are able to, but it'll mostly be at the end that we're going to open that up. And we will actually invite people to come on camera and have a conversation with us if you are feeling brave. Then we'll wrap everything up. Lisa, handing it
All
off.
right. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Really happy to be here. Happy you're here. And I am Lisa Ellen Smith. I'm the president and chief strategist at Inverve Marketing. So I have a team of inbound marketers. They are very serious and we very much love HubSpot. They're so serious that of all agencies who get certifications, my team is in the top 1% of certification holders for HubSpot. That means when a certification comes out, we get it. We really like it. Been a partner with HubSpot since 2012, incredibly. We were one of the first 250 agency partners with HubSpot on the planet. And so we've been around a while. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about the HubSpot CMS. I don't think a lot of folks talk about it, but we certainly saw an opportunity to do better, market and grow better for our customers.
Hi, guys. Me again. So I am going to be presenting a couple of the sections. I am the creative director and services manager at Inverve Marketing. And you might go, what qualifies her to talk about the HubSpot CMS? Well, I manage the creative and web staff, but I also get plenty of opportunity to get my own hands dirty with those HubSpot tools. I am in there every day, and I am so excited by all of the possibilities and really happy to share them with you guys. I also enjoy board games, bike rides, and being an absolute workaholic.
No long walks on the beach for you.
No.
Maybe for Cassie, though.
Maybe for me. I do like long walks on the beach. Hi, I'm Cassie, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm a digital marketing specialist with Inverve Marketing. I have over 4 years of experience with SEO, which is the topic I'll be talking about today, and the HubSpot SEO tool. And I've been with Inverve for about 3 months now, so I'm one of the newer members, but I have been diving into HubSpot and really diving into that SEO tool that they have. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys.
Lisa, back to you.
Yeah, great. Oh, Debbie, by the way, so am I, recovering workaholic. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how this whole presentation came about. Like I said, we take things pretty seriously when it comes to HubSpot. We love it. It's delightful, but we want to know what's going on. And I ran across the HubSpot research called 221 Insights from HubSpot's 103,000 customers on the value that they experience. And there were some things that really came out of that I felt like I needed to dig into as the chief strategist. For example, most of the stuff, if you want to change the page there, Angie, was really around the HubSpot CMS. Now, we had been watching the CMS for years. We were building Drupal sites and WordPress sites, and when the CMS came out, we played around with it a little bit. This last couple of iterations of the CMS we took very seriously, and we now only build HubSpot CMS websites. We think it's a great platform. So what is it? Go back if you would. It's a website platform. So it's like WordPress or Drupal. It is a cloud hosted program, much like your other tools in HubSpot. But basically, you can build a website and have your entire tech stack right on HubSpot. You open one screen, everything's there, everything front office, your marketing, your sales, your website, your operations, and customer service. So there's really not anything that you need now that we've completed that cycle with the HubSpot CMS. Here's what I was seeing in that research report. And it kind of makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Um, in everyone's experience, certainly HubSpot knows if you're a partner, they encourage you to use more of the tools within whatever hub you're using. So if you've got the sales hub and you're using the contact record for email and sequencing, but you're also using pipelines and you're creating tasks in that sales hub, chances are you're going to be more successful because you're more integrated into the tool. You're using more of the tool's talking to you, you're using it. So, same with marketing. If you're using the marketing and you're looking at your sources report and you're using lists and you're segmenting those lists and you've got your social media connected and you're doing automated email marketing, all of those things, when you combine them together, equal better results. So, I guess it wasn't a huge surprise that the CMS Hub, stay back there. The CMS Hub was also something that would help increase leads. So when you look at HubSpot customers and the growth that they were seeing, this is the first thing I really zeroed in on. In 3 months, CMS Professional showed a 221% increase in leads. Enterprise 204. When you start to get farther down in the months, start using it more, clearly enterprise starts to overtake that. So it's important. And what we want to bring you today is what are they doing to increase these leads? These numbers are not the most that one customer saw. This is on average, this is the growth that HubSpot customers saw when they use the CMS Hub. Now, when you look at that combined with other products, go ahead and go there. Then the leads really start to take off as well. So in this case, and we really specialize mostly in HubSpot marketing. So when you have the marketing hub for the first 3 months, you'll probably see about 110% increase in leads. CMS Hub at a 5% lead growth. Combine those two together, 239% lead growth is what's reported by those 103,000 customers. You get down to 9-12 months, 200% lead growth for Marketing Hub, 265 for just the CMS. Add those two together, 573% increase in leads. So pretty powerful stuff. So what is it, for those of you who are not familiar with the CRM platform, here are the things that we think are really important. And this is also a slide from the HubSpot CMS marketing website. So why use it? Number one, and this is something that we are finding extremely powerful, is SEO recommendations. So when you have, and we're going to go into that a little bit, we'll show you exactly what that's about. But right in your dashboard is a tool called SEO. You click into it and you can do amazing things there. Cassie's going to run you through exactly how that works. Website themes is another thing we love about it. You know, it's a lot like WordPress in that you can choose a really beautiful theme that's got a lot of features and functionality, only the greatest thing about it is yet another feature here is the drag and drop editor. So if you like the drag and drop editor and you like editing pages and emails within HubSpot marketing, you're really going to love the CRM platform because there's a whole list of modules down the side of the page and you just drag them and use them. You're going to see a little bit more about that as well today. Fully integrated CRM. You can track everything from the bottom up in your CRM platform. It's truly now completing that technology stack. No more going to Google Analytics, no more going to other places. It's all right there, which is something, of course, that we love as marketers. It saves us time and gives us a lot of powerful intelligence. Adaptive testing, I believe, happens in the enterprise version. Yep. So this is actually AI now. You can build multiple pages within your HubSpot CRM, and you can push those out into the world, put them in the wild, and they will automatically adaptive test and serve up the ones that are the most effective. So gotta love that. And then contact attribution reporting. If you're doing a lot of lead generation like we are, demand gen, and you're very focused on ROI, you can attribute actual revenue to the leads by contact. which is fantastic. You can find this page right in the website marketing stuff, and then you can watch these videos for more details.
So we're going to get started as one of the tools that can help you achieve those higher percentages of leads, increasing your overall performance utilizing HubSpot as a tool. Personalized smart content. Now, one of the things you're going to need to know is that this only applies to Marketing Hub Professional and Enterprise and CMS Hub Professional and Enterprise. So if you're on Starter or Free, you wouldn't have access to these tools, but I hope that us introducing to them might make you want to explore them a little bit more. So what is smart content? It is modules that display different versions of your content based on the viewer category. So for example, you could create alternatives for visitors from a specific Google ad or those viewing on a mobile device. Just for example, there are a ton of different categories, as you can see here, for how you can customize that smart content. Your smart rules can be based on any of these categories. So why use personalized smart content? Visitors to your page who qualify for a smart rule category will see that content that you want to set for that rule. So for example, if you've got an ad that's talking about speaking with a marketing expert, how great is it that if they click that link, they're seeing something that relates to the ad they just clicked on? The more personalized content they see, the more likely they are to convert and become a lead. So I'm going to do a demo. I'm actually going to stop sharing the presentation real quick so that we can walk you through this. So we are going to set up a rule for a page. First, we're going to go to marketing, and then we go to website, and then we go to website pages, which is where I was at. You're going to select the page that you want to edit. And then we locate the block that we want to create a smart rule for. So we're going to select this block here. And under smart rules, you see over here on the left-hand side, I'm just going to hit add smart rule. And for category, we're going to select add source. And we are going to select the campaign, which is website lead search. I'm going to save that rule. And then under the smart rules, we're going to manage it. Oops, sorry. So now that we've created that smart rule, we can customize this block here. So because it's a website ad that we are clicking through from, we want the emphasis to be on websites. So we're going to say website development, marketing, and graphic design. So just changing the emphasis of that main headline there. And then we're going to publish that page. And once that's published, and once you've got visitors that have visited that website enough, you're going to be able to see some of the results under this Smart Content tab. We just published this page, so there's not anything there that I can share, but that is where you would find that. All right, so I'm going to hand it back over to Cassie, actually, and she's going to present on SEO.
Hello again. Yep, like Lisa mentioned, SEO is a really big aspect of the HubSpot CMS, and the recommendations section is one of my favorite sections and has made a huge difference with being able to organize and give priority to SEO issues happening on your website. To start, what is SEO? So SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, which is a set of practices designed to improve the appearance and positioning of web pages and organic search results. So places like Google and Bing and stuff like that are where SEO comes into play. And because organic search is the most prominent way for people to discover and access online content, a good SEO strategy is absolutely essential for improving the quality and quantity of traffic to your site. But there are many reasons why you should care about SEO. And here's just a few, but I'm also going to give an example of why it's important. So imagine trying to search for a lawn care business, but the only results you're getting are for pool supplies. It's not helpful. It's like frustrating, and it really discredits the search engine that you're using. So no one's going to want to use it. So obviously no search engine is going to do that. So that's why search engines like Google have over 200 different factors that go into SEO. So it's a lot of things to think about when creating a website and for managing it as well. So that's why you really should care about it, and why people want to find, and it helps people find your business. So it keeps your website relevant and makes you look like a reliable company. But where do you start? So with over 200 different things to think about, that can get really overwhelming really fast. So if you want to gain organic traffic to your site, having some kind of SEO tool is absolutely essential. And that's why HubSpot is one of those prime examples of a good tool for you to use. There are many available on the market, but today, obviously, we're going to be talking about HubSpot. You'll get actionable recommendations on how to optimize the SEO on your site. The recommendations are sorted in order of priority, so you can see which optimizations will make the biggest impact for search engine ranking. And also, you can see exactly which pages need to be updated and what action should be taken. So it gives a very accurate data so you can see the site's SEO improve. Here is an example of how you would navigate to that section. You would go to the marketing tab, go down to website, and click SEO. This will take you to the SEO dashboard. And on that dashboard, you'll have 3 options to view for your site's SEO. The first page, which is the landing page, is the recommendations option, which gives specifics about the SEO issues that your site has and what needs to be fixed. Then you'll have the Analyze tab. That shows the analytics of your website, so you can see how SEO is making an impact. And finally, there's a topics page, and that's where you can do some basic keyword research.
Hey, Cassie, before we move on, it says that scan new URL right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about the scanning?
Yes, absolutely. So that button right there that Lisa pointed out is where you would click to scan your website, and then that's what generates all of the information below. There's also a rescan option right next to it, which is just a little tiny text, but that rescan is so you can, after making some optimization, say you generate you do your scan and you have, like, I don't know, in this case, we have 5 pages that have been scanned and there's like 10 issues that you have to deal with. Maybe you deal with those 10 issues, you can rescan at any time, and that will allow you to see the changes that you've made, so that you can be like, did it fix it or did it not? And then you can always reassess, and we can rescan as many times as you like. But do keep in mind, it goes off the site, like how many pages are on your site. So if you have thousands of pages, it could take a while before you're going to get those results. So just keep that in mind. It's unfortunately not like 5 minutes later. It could be up to an hour, or it could be up to like 6 hours. So just keep that in mind when you're doing rescans. It might take a little while.
So just a question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Angie.
I was going to say, one of the cool things is we did the scan on our sandbox. We're actively rebuilding our own website. So as we're rebuilding it, we're actually running it through the scan, just to make sure that how we're developing it is SEO friendly and that we're not causing any issues with the rebuild. So we'll be rescanning this again before we go to launch.
Yeah. So, and also I just wanted to be clear. So you click on the scan, you scan your site, you do whatever fixes you want. And then when you rescan it, does it show that things have fixed and the list gets smaller? Is that how it works, Cassie?
Yes. And you'll also see at the bottom that they'll turn green. So not only is it just that the list will get smaller, but they'll also turn green, so you can see that the issue has been resolved.
Excellent. So I love, we've got a chat here that says from Debbie that she loves that you can scan other people's websites as well. So that's pretty powerful when you have this tool. If you're an agency partner, I presume we have some on the call here today, you can use this to scan other people's websites. We actually have the website grader tool on our website so that people can also scan. This is a little different because it's SEO specific, which is really powerful and helpful. So I'm sorry, I'm glad we stopped down though for just a second on that. Are there any other questions? Because right now we've gone through quite a bit of stuff. So we'll keep our eye on the chat pane. Go ahead, Cass.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, there's a lot of things to think about for this, and it's really one of my favorite parts. It's very exciting. After this, on the Analyze page, this is where you're going to get information about how the SEO is affecting your website. So this part of the dashboard will allow you to easily see the health of your site's SEO. You can change the date range and, for a specific time that maybe you did a change, maybe you did some keyword optimization for your website on your main page, and you want to focus in on that part of or those few months that you made those change. That's where you can adjust it there. Once you've selected your date range, you'll get an overview of the entire site, so you can see all the different metrics. Some of the common ones obviously being impressions and clicks and click-through rate. Every site's going to be a little bit different for what they want to focus on. Maybe you want to focus on the clicks and the click-through rate. Maybe you have a really good advertising strategy already, so maybe you care so much about the position, but other sites that are maybe newer might want to care about that a bit more. It all depends. It just varies. But this is the place where you would find that information so you can see and gauge how well your SEO strategy is working. Below that section, you will go to the URL analysis, which will break down the SEO for each individual page. So it has the same metrics as above, but for each page. And you can kind of gauge, is the SEO strategy for my homepage working? Clearly, in this case, we're getting lots of impressions, but maybe our position isn't quite where we want it to be. So that lets us know we can make some adjustments to try and maybe get some more keywords that will help us shift the position that we want for that page. And every strategy is different for every page. Unfortunately, it's not cookie cutter for SEO. So that's why this information is super important. So you can be like, okay, well, here's the strategy for this page, and here's strategy for this page, and kind of gauge from there. Now, here's the more frustrating part of SEO, which is keeping up with it. Unfortunately, Google has so many updates, and it's never consistent. It's just very mysterious, and it's ever changing. So unfortunately, it's not like do it once and you're done, and you never have to worry about SEO on your website again. It's kind of a monthly thing. You got to definitely keep up on it. But thankfully, like Lisa pointed out earlier with that rescan and scanning your site, you can keep up on that with the SEO tool on the recommendations page. You just keep, maybe Google comes up with the new update, do a rescan, and then you'll be able to see, okay, our site's okay, maybe minimal changes, but we're good. Or you'll get that nice warning flag for you to be like, okay, ooh, this update's a little bit bigger than the last one. We should assess, and that way you don't have to lose much of your rankings and your metrics for your SEO strategy.
Yeah, here at Inverve, at minimum, we're running these reports once per month, not just for ourselves, but for our clients as well.
And one of the things that we've seen since we've been using this tool is it really reduces the amount of time. It just hands you, here's the bucket list. Here's the list that you got to do. Are all of them critical? Not all of them. You can certainly make some decisions on what you want to tackle. And if you don't have a coder on site, those things can, you can hand a batch to whoever's managing your website. But it's really nice when they say who can do the work, because if you're the marketer and it says a marketer can do it, it really takes the mystery out of whether or not you can figure it out. If you're a marketer and it says a marketer can do it, you can do it.
So a quick recap on some of the things we learned today is that when it comes to SEO, it's really good to, it's an excellent way for analyzing and giving recommendations. It breaks it down by priority for you and just helping to get your site to the point it needs to be healthy for your SEO strategy. There are a lot of different SEO tools available, but not all of them are easy to use. So keep that in mind. There might be a learning curve. Thankfully, HubSpot has a really user-friendly strategy for you. Lots of, very simple areas to look at, and it's color-coded, has it sorted for you. It breaks it down really nicely. So it'll just make that process a lot easier. And also not having to go to an outside source. As someone who's worked in SEO for over 4 years, it makes a big difference to just be able to see it all there. And then it also has a view page button, and you can go directly to the page that has the issue and fix it. And there's not like this back and forth between multiple sites for you. And that's Saves a lot of time and is so convenient.
You know, from my perspective, one of the things that I really love about this SEO tool is that, we have clients who, they listen, they understand putting enormous images on the page could potentially slow down the page, but they're busy and they just pop it in there. This report, it just reinforces to folks who are managing those sites. You put a whole bunch of big, huge images on your site, it's going to slow it down and it's going to be a problem. And this is just that very simple connect the dots proof that these small things do affect page load speed. Page load speed affects how often you're served up in Google. And then how often you're served up in Google is a direct correlation between how many leads you're going to get, because Google's going to serve you up if you have a faster site more often. So there's that dot to use the SEO tool equals potentially more website visitors. And if they're the right website visitors because you're doing really good SEO, then they're going to be interested in what you have to say based on your strategy, and you're going to get more leads.
We have used a lot of SEO tools being an agency, and hands down, this is my favorite SEO tool. The ease of use just makes it so anyone on my team can go in here and use this tool and find success. So we recommend it for not just ourselves, but for any of our clients as well. All right, up next, we've got A/B test pages. So I'm sure most of the marketers in the room here are at least somewhat familiar with A/B tests. It's something that you can do in ads. And if you haven't already used this feature and functionality in HubSpot, we highly, highly recommend it, because it is, again, one of those things that can help convert more leads, because you want to serve up the right content to the right people at the right time. So what is split A/B testing? If you're not familiar, it's a marketing experiment where you get to test one variable in a campaign and show half an audience version A and the other half version B. And then you get to determine which of the two performs better. So for an A/B test, it can help you determine the features on the page so you can best optimize that page or campaign. It drives the conversions and leads. So focus on one feature at a time by importance. The reason we want to kind of focus on that is if you do too many changes to a page, you won't actually know what made the A or the B more successful. So if you want to test a headline, test a headline. If you want to test which call to action is going to be more effective, test the call to action, but don't test everything at once. Don't make two completely different pages, or you will never know what actually was working. So again, just a reminder that you have to have HubSpot Marketing Hub Professional or Enterprise to A/B test. Within CMS Hub, it's again Professional or Enterprise. So again, if you are on Starter or Free, hopefully this makes you want to check out the Professional or Enterprise versions of HubSpot. HubSpot does allow you to automatically test two versions of a page at the same URL when you're on Professional or Enterprise. You can compare these and do performance reports on which one's performing better, and then you can pick the winning variations. All right, guys, I know you're ready for another demo, right? So I'm going to stop sharing that real quick, and we're going to go over to HubSpot. So we're back at marketing, website pages, and we're going to go to our handy dandy clone page, and we're going to edit it, and we're going to hit run a test. And you can see this pops up. Now, adaptive testing is only going to be an enterprise level, like Lisa had mentioned earlier. So A/B testing is what we're focusing on today because more people have access to that. And then we are going to have A and B. And now A, we like the way it is. So what we want to do is actually select the homepage clone B. And this is what we're going to make the edits on. So again, this is going to be an opportunity for us to maybe impact this area. If we want to see what performs better, again, we can make the same change, world-class website design, marketing, and graphic design. And we go ahead and publish that. And now we've got the A/B test ready to go. And then once you've got here, once you've published the page, you can see that the test results tab is right here. This was just published, so we won't have any test results today. But once you've got a little bit of time under your belt and a little bit of traffic going to the site, you'll be able to go here and see the test results. And that is where you can choose a winner. So let me reshare this.
So wait, Angie, because I want to just really quick show people that you can also very easily, once you've published that page, if you go back, it asks you right in that pane, create a social post or create an ad campaign. So if you want to, add more ways for people to see that test, you can do it right within the screen, which I think is amazing.
It's just another reason why HubSpot is this really seamless marketing tool. When you have all your tools in one place, it's a really seamless experience on that back end.
And just smart, if you want to test, how are you going to do it? Well, there you go. Why don't you add a social post or an ad? I love it.
So Lisa, I'm going to actually hand it right back to you.
Yeah. So there's a lot about the CMS that we like. We didn't show you the drag and drop editor today. I think if we have time to do that and everybody's interested, that can be a pretty easy thing to show. If you're already into the other tools, then you're probably familiar with it. But the drag and drop on the website is just amazing. What we really wanted to focus on today was, how are people getting to that number? How are they getting more leads? So clearly, when somebody comes to your website and for a variety of reasons that they're focused on one product or service, and you can swap out that smart content block and really personalize that content for them, chances are you're going to engage them better. You're going to send them to a call to action button. They're going to convert more often. Same with SEO. More traffic, better focused traffic means more people potentially to get more leads. And then finally, A/B testing. Let's put our best foot forward. What are people clearly responding to? So when you know those things, you can ramp up and do better. And we've seen it with customers over and over again. A/B testing works. And oftentimes we're very surprised by it. In fact, I love this story because we have a national, we have a large transportation company that we are focused on college students. And continually, the marketing folks kept giving us these pristine, picture perfect pictures of very buttoned up college students. And I said, can we just get somebody that's grungy and tatted up with some tattoos and some earrings in there, maybe on their face, even better? Let's just see how somebody does. Because when I run around Michigan State University, students don't look like this. So we tried this guy, lots of tattoos, long hair, ripped up jeans. Guess what? Way outperformed. So it's nice to be able to test those things. They work and they bring in more leads. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful. We absolutely can open this up for conversation. We spent a little time today and made sure that we set aside that time for Q&A. So I think I've kind of been watching the chat. I don't see that we have any. If we don't have Q&A and you'd like to see that drag and drop page builder demo, we can do that today as well.
Drop it in chat if you've got a question. We'd be happy to bring you on to have a conversation. Does anyone want to see a drag and drop editor demo? Is everyone familiar?
Why don't we go ahead and do it? I think, people are being a little shy today, but that's fine. Okay, Jess would love to see it. Thank you, Jess. It's generally when we talk to potential customers about HubSpot websites, it's the thing they want to see the most. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with driving leads, but if you just want a great CMS, this would be the reason you want it.
Yeah, and when we're in sales calls about the HubSpot CMS, 9 times out of 10, what's going to really seal the deal is showing them this back end, how easy it is to use. So for ours, you can see there are common modules. These come with every HubSpot website. You should be very familiar if you already use like the landing pages and the email editor. This should feel very, very familiar. But the same thing can be said about the HubSpot CMS. It's this drag and drop. So I want to add a section. I literally just drag it from the modules over here and I drop it in. I don't like that this is here. I want it over here. Drag and drop it over there. I don't like that this is here. So I'm going to delete this section. Gone, right? It is that easy to use. Jess, do you have any questions about this?
So I think when you think about having a CMS website, what you want to do is you want to choose a theme that has the modules that you're going to use regularly, or you can custom build on HubSpot as well. Clearly, this website is custom built. Why don't you show the mega menu, because that's one of the most customized things we've done. So this is our mega menu here. I don't think it's showing the whole thing.
Oh, is it not sharing?
It's not showing the whole thing. Like the bottom's not there.
Oh, it's showing it for me.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just not showing it on the. But yeah, so there's actually more to that. So you can see if you click into one of those menu. Sorry, I thought there was more stuff that dropped down.
No.
Yeah, Debbie. So Debbie's saying, love that you can see a test view of what it will look like on mobile as well. If you want to just show everybody that.
I think preview. So it really makes sure that your website's as responsive as you think it is. Now, our developer actually goes in and designs things so that they are responsive and there should never be issues when we go to preview it this way. But maybe how it's wrapping, we're not loving how certain blocks stacked on top of each other. So we're able to go in and make adjustments as needed. But we had a question from Teresa on, do we have a favorite theme or a favorite module? We're going to be a little bit biased because we do custom development. So a lot of the coolest modules that you see on like our own website have been custom developed. Like this glitch header, that's custom development. We have a hover effect block that I'm a really big fan of for our own website. And it gives you this cool hover effect when you're hovering over it. We do custom development for clients day in, day out. We listen to what their needs are and custom develop it. But what I love about HubSpot is that some of the most basic modules that come with the CMS are really functional. And if you're looking for a really basic website to just get up and running, HubSpot can help you get there really easy and effectively. The HubSpot marketplace, if you are familiar with WordPress and you're comfortable having used like picking a theme from WordPress, HubSpot has those same capabilities within the marketplace. Now, granted, not everything that you find in the marketplace we could vouch for because those are custom developments by other agencies, but there are quite a few really wonderful options out there. If you were to go that route, we always recommend looking at what modules would come with that and make sure that if you're really not looking for custom development, that every module that you need is included. So if you really want a homepage slider, you're going to want to make sure that that's one of the included modules in that theme.
So I'll give you feedback kind of from the client side, Teresa. One of the things that we're getting a huge demand for, and we're implementing it, I think on pretty much every site now, is HubSpot Payments, which is a relatively new feature in HubSpot CMS. It's not an e-commerce payment system, the way that so it's not going to have that shopping cart kind of capability, but it is a beautiful solution for that, almost like a consultant. If you need to price out one thing, here's your proposal, here's the payment link, much like the payment links that you're experiencing from HubSpot. So if you've got that kind of B2B, but not e-commerce client, or if you are that kind of a company, then HubSpot Payments has been very popular in our world.
More and more. I feel like every other sales call we're on, it's, hey, do you have this feature or functionality? And
Yeah,
the answer is yes. Yes, we do.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Any other questions?
Yeah, they're good.
Thanks for being such an interactive audience, by the way.
Yeah, it's great. Well, I think kind of in closing, I don't know how many agencies versus HubSpot users are on the call. If you have any questions, as always, we are more than happy to hop on a call with you. And then also, I think that our standard practice here is to send out the deck after
Yep,
the event.
absolutely.
A little bit of housekeeping. We are the Hug leaders for Lansing, Michigan in the Midwest. And of course, we would really like for you to take our NPS survey. Let us know how we did. Report back into HubSpot, because it's how we continue to be Hug leaders. And we are very passionate about doing a good job and helping everybody market and grow better.
Thank you so much for attending. We do have another Hug that'll be coming up in March. The date is still to be determined. Because you attended today, you will get a notification of when that Hug is, along with the topic. If you have any desired topics that you would like us to cover, always happy to hear from you. Stay up to date at events.hubspot.com/Lansing. Thanks again, guys.
Can I say one more thing also? If you have a topic and you'd like to be a guest we would love to interview you and have a conversation with you, because we know that there's a lot of HubSpotters out there that are doing amazing things. And so let's share that for sure.
All right. Well, that concludes the presentation. Thank you so much, everyone.